Flamecraft was published in 2022 by Cardboard Alchemy and Lucky Duck Games. It is designed by Manny Vega and illustrated by Sandara Tang. Lucky Duck Games provided this in exchange for an honest review. 1 to 5 players place dragons around town to help improve shops and enchant to create special goods. Each turn, players move to a different shop to either gather goods from the new location or enchant the shop. Most shops produce 1 of 6 goods: bread, meat, plants, iron, crystals, or potions. Some shops provide coins, a good of your choice, or let you draw another artisan dragon. When gathering, gain 1 of each good produced by the shop, any shop enchantments, and each artisan dragon there. Next, you may place 1 artisan dragon from your hand to a matching shop slot to gain rewards such as reputation, victory points, coins, or fancy dragon. If you fill the last dragon slot, add a new shop card to town at the end of your turn. Fancy dragons are personal goals and come in 2 types. Sun dragons are scored on your turn, moon dragons are scored at the end of the game. You start with 1 fancy dragon and may gain more as you play. After playing an artisan dragon at a shop, you can fire 1 dragon there. Each dragon type has a different ability. For example, gain more resources, give goods to other players for reputation points, and so on. Wrap up the gather action by activating a shop's unique ability. Starting shops don't have abilities. Instead of moving to a shop and gathering, a player may enchant the shop, pay the cost of 1 of the displayed enchantments, and add it to the shop to gain the reward. The enchantment type must match the shop type. Next time a player gathers from that shop, the enchantment provides 1 additional good. After enchanting, the player fires up that shop's artisan dragons. When the last artisan dragon or enchantment card is drawn, everyone gets 1 last turn. Players earn 1 point per coin and then whatever is shown on their moon dragons. The player with the most points wins. To break it down, draft and place artisan dragons, gather goods to enchant shops, and earn the most points. That's Flamecraft. Our games of Flamecraft, including setup and takedown, average 90 minutes. Once you have a handle on things, games with lower player counts could take a little over an hour. This takes up a surprising amount of space. The board may be narrow, but it is long. Shop cards and player areas make things grow further. Even with only 3 people, you need around 3 feet by 5 feet. There are only 6 types of artisan dragons. The same icons are used throughout, and there isn't a significant amount of reading. It's sentence or 2 on some cards. I'll talk more about the references later, but they have a lot of helpful information. Experienced aerial gamers could give this a shot and see how they handle things from there. Flamecraft has very nice components. The chunky wooden pieces feel as good as Hapas, the card quality is good, and the overall graphic design is excellent. Icons are distinct and clear and are never lost against the background. The same goes for text. The art is super cute and feels like a Studio Ghibli movie. The neoprene mat is good, but not essential to gameplay if you find it doesn't fit your table. It does fit inside the box, which is surprisingly uncommon. The rules complexity feels right with this approachable of a theme. The length feels a bit too long at first, but once things are under 75 minutes, it's reasonable. I mentioned the references earlier, and these go a long way toward helping things click quickly. I wish they were larger and single-sided. For our plays, we used 2 references so both sides were always visible. If we had the full player count, that wouldn't be possible. Turns can be super quick, especially early on, but once there are more shops, fewer open spots, and similar game variables, analysis prowess can pop up. AP is when you freeze in making decisions. This can be made worse depending on which dragons are fired up. On average though, and this depends on player count, turns make their way back to you in about 3 minutes. The game gives you many opportunities for decisions. Should you enchant or save those resources to cash in your Sun Dragon? Do you risk gathering only for someone to take that card you wanted, or even fill up a shop with its 3rd enchantment? With that said, you're still doing similar things every turn. If you prefer variety in what you're doing or allowed to do, this might not be for you. It also may not be for if you prefer sticking it to others. I mean, I love doing that in games, but sometimes it's nice to play something calm and lighthearted. We're rewarded most of the time when interacting with another, such as visiting a shop while others there or firing up plant dragons. Interaction is low, so keep this all in mind. The fancy dragons keep things from being so mechanical, I guess is a way to put it. You may want certain dragons in town or specific shop arrangements, or you may need resources and specific sets or totals. The fact that you must score Sun Dragons during the game is one of those decisions I talked about. What is your priority right now? They can't earn you a ton of points by random chance though, so it's wise to collect as many as possible and hope for some that you can fulfill. Expect to see most or all artisan dragons in the game, and I mentioned earlier that the starting shops don't have unique abilities. The other shops, though, are quite variable. The game comes with 3 different ones for each good type, and 10 others with coin, dragon, or wild abilities. You only see about 1/3 of the shops each game. There are two included enchantment decks. I prefer the more complex yellow one. Purple's fine when learning or teaching, and it's not going to bore experienced gamers, but I prefer having to work a bit harder to collect the right set of resources. Another module, companion cards, have you start with unique power. These aren't essential, but fun, and are one and done so the overall balance isn't ruined. Flamecraft has a cute and appealing theme that will appeal to families or groups that enjoy games that aren't as mean. It looks fantastic on a table, even if you need a very large area to fit in it. If you enjoy higher player interaction, competitiveness, and games that lead to memorable story moments, this probably isn't for you. I wasn't sure how much I'd enjoy this beforehand, but I like it. I can't see myself begging to play it, but after a busy school day or if we're able to get Grandma to join us, this would be quite pleasant.